NBA 2K TV, we have the second annual Hey Guys Awards with some amazing...
That's what's up.
Plus a sneak peek at what's to come in 2K17.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Jazz out in Salt Lake City. Well, for Utah, they've been on a tremendous run, and we're deep enough into the season now to know that it's no mirage. These guys definitely for real. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
How you doing?
What's up, man? About to put on a show tonight.
We'll see about that. My team's ready.
Hey, you better hope so. It's the only chance you got.
I'm going to remember that, freak. It's on.
The Utah Jazz have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend the home court at the Energy Solutions Arena here in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Taking a look at Houston. Well, they're certainly excited about this one, and they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top-caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle.
And, guys, this is what I call one of those trips. I mean, it's not long, but they'll have a chance to get some things done here.
Yeah, it's an easy trip to get up for because you know you'll be back home shortly. As you said, boomerang is the perfect phrase for it. You don't have to worry about setting the tone for a long stretch of games away from your own building.
And the Houston Rockets starting five. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Howard is out there with Beasley. And it's Chalmers in at the one spot. And Utah making a change here. Max checked in. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to Milwaukee.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys. And they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Freak is out there with Shelvin Mack, and it's Burks in at the three slot. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets really...
With a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Trevor Booker comes in for Michael Beasley. Corey Brewer's checked in. Checked in for Utah. Morris checked in for Houston. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
To the middle, here's Chalmers. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they looked offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground. All right, a moment here to check out stats for Chalmers. His last 10 games, he's averaging 7 points a game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational pass.
Look out, and then you throw him stuff like that. You go, oh, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh,
And the foul called on Freak. And a pretty tightly.
Thank you, Kevin.
And now the start of the second half. So we see the Rockets get.
Well, James, no.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our James Harden. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show.
know, the other thing that we get to do next year is
tune in now. On today's season finale episode of NBA 2K TV, we have the second annual Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes for you.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
Plus a sneak peek at what's to come in 2K17.
You know, the other thing that we get to do next year is
tune in now. On today's season finale episode of NBA 2K TV, we have the second annual Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes for you.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
Plus a sneak peek.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And Memphis is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Grizzlies will be going up against the Utah Jazz. Looking at the Jazz, they're coming off a win in their last game against San Antonio. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And we'll be seeing Zach Randolph in action in this one, and while he doesn't quite put up the big numbers he once did, he is still an absolute bulldozer, Kenny, out there at the 4 spot, and you can always pencil in a double-double.
Oh, you can. I mean,
that's a bulldozer backing up.
Oh, backing up. I got you. He's a big guy, velvet touch, light around the rim, won't dunk at all.
It's a Western Conference battle at the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis as the Grizzlies look to work the home court advantage. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Look at Utah. Well, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams put each other to the test, certainly, every time they meet. A lot on the line in this one, though.
Kevin, this team has really actually come out of nowhere to impress everybody with how they played thus far.
And there really was no reason for them to be on anyone's radar. I mean, coming into the season, most other teams looked a whole lot better, quite frankly, on paper, but that's why we play the game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Utah, Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Freak is out there with Hood, and it's Hayward in effect. Memphis leading. On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Freak, he's in. And so here's Memphis. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team paint like that.
Switcher also for Utah. Freaks checked in. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the foul call. And a pretty tightly contested game. The third quarter now beginning both sides. And so it's Utah with the win.
Derek, your defense.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just... And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoy.
1.